I recently watched a video where Akon, the singer, said that America is the greatest brander and marketer in the world. That a lot of the things that the world pedestalizes, that the world uses as a standard, were defined by America and were pushed by the Western media. And I think that Africa and other cultures around the world can learn from that. I call it the power of self definition. This is a term that I recently coined a few years ago, which basically says that one of the most powerful things a man can do is to redefine concepts so that their definitions are beneficial to him. So, for example, think about the beauty standards that the Western world pushed on the rest of the world to the point that women from other cultures started to view themselves as less beautiful because they were comparing themselves based on the standard that the Western world imposed on them. So if we invoke the power of self-definition, we get to take ownership in the definition of concepts that we use to govern our world. And an example is obviously beauty, but this applies to even more important systems like the financial system, the spiritual systems, taking ownership and redefining concepts. Another concept that nobody talks about is the concept of money. If you did not participate in defining money, then you will never be richer than the person that defined it, right? So we must take ownership in redefining critical concepts like money. For example, the modern definition of money is that it's some medium of exchange for goods and services, and that scarcity must exist for money to be valuable. This basically means that there has to be poor people. This basically means that poor people must exist. And who are those poor people? That's you, the people that never got to participate in the definition, right? Same thing with the concept of intelligence. The Merriam-Webster dictionary defines intelligence as the ability to learn some information and use that information to solve problems. But what if that definition is wrong? What if intelligence is a fundamental thing? What if everything in nature is intelligent? Think about it. All these systems that we observe in the universe that are acting, their interactions, what is governing their behavior? Are they just doing it out of nowhere, or is there something governing their behavior? What if that thing is intelligence? Then doesn't that mean that intelligence is fundamental, that everything is intelligent, not just humans? So it's not about the ability to learn information and solve problems. That's a very human centered definition, right? So a lot of us don't question these concepts, but I think it's important to question them because that's where power is tethered, that's where power is anchored. So I think people must invoke the power of self definition to redefine things. That way, they can take back the power